Now, what you've heard up until now is the narrative that we've tried to describe. So let's go back and take a review quickly of this party line on Libya. How to brazenly humiliate and rob a developing nation in broad daylight with a single peep of dissent. From there, we will give media examples. But if we can back up for a moment, the narrative is, on the one hand, they're stating they're strictly protecting civilians when clearly the country's having the crap bombed out of it, and we're clearly targeting Gaddafi and talking openly about it. And also, clearly, we're not evaluating the loyalist side at all. It's just assumed they're on their way out because they have to go. Nowhere is it mentioned any context at all about Libya that is anything more than some kind of a kindergartner, Snow White and the witch view of reality. And with a country with the #1 development in Africa, you simply cannot afford to ignore a discussion of Libya's achievements and its shortcomings and not simply say that the only side that's going to be evaluated is the side the United States seems to have intervened on the side of the Benghazi-based rebellion. So you saw the other parts of the narrative earlier. So the narrative really goes like this. I believe we just want to look at the official line. Benghazi massacre is a basis of taking intervention action. Any kind of intervention is allowable as long as it can somehow loosely be associated with a wink and a nudge to protecting civilians. So at any rate, if the Benghazi massacre isn't enough, the Panam jet is brought up. Sometimes in recognition of the fact it was in retaliation for a surprise attack by the U.S. secret bombing to attempt to assassinate Gaddafi in his capital, as you can find out, and also the fact that that was really his only state act of terror that he's committed, and that was 30 years ago or 25 years ago, and what we've got now is a country that's killed probably 1 million people in acts of state aggression. Then the talking point will be that he kills and jails his own people, and they have a low mortality rate and a low incarceration rate. So there must be ghosts he's killing and jailing, unless you don't want to discuss the U.S. And of course, that's another unwritten rule. You must never put Libya and the U.S. on the same even platform, because we are the American exceptionalists, that is, racist nationalists. Libyans are poor and uneducated. In fact, they outcompete the U.S. in the indexes. And I have other videos posted on this. If you go to Libya Conflict Intel, I have the Excel spreadsheets of all the national performance stats that are relevant to U.S. and Libya from the United Nations and CIA and so forth. People in Libya want freedom. This is true, but no country is 100% free, and selling out all of their infrastructure to bankers may not make them freer right away. It's too late for peace. We have to push on because our goal is regime change. But on the other hand, we're not in favor of regime change when we're talking in our NATO sock puppet hand. All right. So we're going to be looking for the narrative and see if we can find things that are outside of this narrative. Thank you.